As far as I know, Senator Rubio has declined to endorse or support conservatives running for U.S. Senate seats this cycle. Maybe that'll change.
No, I think Marco's gotten involved with a couple of races.
Has he?
I think so.
No, he hasn't.
He hadn't? Okay,
he hasn't.
Well, maybe not. Okay.
So that's my question. I mean, here's a guy who I think everyone thinks is a rising star, but the conservative movement kind of rallied to him 2 years ago. You helped lead that.
Yeah.
You know, Mike Lee, for example, is helping elect conservatives, working really hard. Do you think that should the folks that you helped elect, should they pay it forward as well?
But they don't have to now. I mean, I respect any candidate who wants to come in and kind of get his bearings on what's going on, because it's easy to make a mistake. I've made some, and I think they can be helpful in other ways. I think Marco's strengthening the party as a whole, just by being part of it. And I think I know when I'm trying to get folks excited around the country, I just have to list Marco Rubio, Rand Paul, Pat Toomey, Mike Lee, and Ron Johnson. I said, well, we want more like that. So he's doing, obviously Marco gave a great impassioned speech today, and so he's helping plenty. He doesn't have to go out and endorse this time.
But early on, his campaign was in shambles. I was in Florida on the ground with him, and his campaign was in shambles until you came along. You were actually the game-changing endorsement force behind his campaign, because at the time he had a measly $300,000 raised the first quarter. Chris had over $1 million, and when you came in, so I've had this discussion with him, an argument with him that, hey, you know, like Matt said, you have to. Is he going to pay it forward? You know, yeah. Was it good enough for him then, and it's not good enough for anyone else now?
He is paid. I mean, he's working for the party around the country, trying not to be divisive by getting into some primaries. And I really think folks need to respect that his first term in office, because he can be a unifier, and it's very divisive to do what I've done. I mean, a lot in my own party don't like me. And I don't necessarily think Marco needs to play that role right now. And I don't want to take too much credit for his race, because he will say I came in at just the right time and when he was disappearing from the radar. But what really helped is, I mean, he was a good candidate. We put a couple of his speeches on our site, sent it out all over the country, and many Americans came, and so really the support came from all over the country. And all we helped do is shine a spotlight on a bright young candidate, and then Florida did the rest. So it's really Marco and very smart Floridians that made the difference.
I'll take full credit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm sure you did it, but I sure can't take credit for Marco.
The other hand,